All right. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the giveaway show. This is one of the highlights of my week. What's up, everybody? I am Carl's Collects Comics, and we are glad to have you here with us tonight. Glad that you're here hanging out with us already. This is one of the highlights of my week, as I've shared before. Hey, what's up? It's good to see you, each and every one of you here in the chat, hanging out, ready to get started. Again, apologies for us being a little bit late. I rushed straight home, got here about 15 minutes ago, a little bit more than that, maybe. But we are glad that you're here tonight hanging out with us. I've got an excellent panel, a stacked panel full of people who are here excited to share different things with us. We got a great lineup of topics that we're going to be doing tonight. But before we get started, just a couple quick reminders about the channel here. Hey, this is not the only live stream that we do each week. Monday Halls Live happens on Mondays at 10 p.m. Central, right here on the channel. It's a great time for us to hang out and talk about the past week to week and a half's worth of pickups. That's not just comics, it's pop culture pickups, it's prints, posters, anything connected to comics and to the geek culture that we're all a part of. But in addition to that, we also do Friday features, and most recent one of those is the creator interview that I got a chance to do with Lance Linderman, one of the co-owners of Gold Key Comics. Lance joined me, and you can find it here on the homepage for the website. He joined me for a live stream to talk about, share about, and answer questions for the Gold Key relaunch that we've all been paying attention to. You know, I've covered it here and talked about it and how cool it is to see this happening. But you can watch that interview and check it out. They are running a Kickstarter right now, and it was so compelling that I had to contribute to it. So I'm tied into it. I'm watching it, and I'm telling you, hey, go check it out. If you love vintage comics, Gold Key Comics, Boris Karloff, or horror comics, this Kickstarter is the perfect combination of all those things. And there's really couldn't be anything more fitting than the way they're relaunching the Gold Key Comics brand than alongside the estate of Boris Karloff with the Boris Karloff Gold Key Mysteries. Super cool comic book anthology that they're launching. It is going to be hitting stands, but these are going to be Kickstarter exclusive that you can only get. So make sure and go check that out. They just dropped. They're also doing, in conjunction with that, a Spec Tales. Our friends over at the Spec Tales podcast, they're doing a special T-shirt just for that. So there's lots of stuff going on, but you can find it by going to goldkeycomics.com. Really cool thing going on there. So hey, let's go ahead and do some hellos. Then I'm going to bring out the rest of the panel. Man, like I said, we got a stacked panel, and we're excited to all be here hanging out with you. And like I've said before many times, this is one of the highlights of my week, to get to hang out with everybody and just talk about comics. Let's see who we got here hanging out in the chat with us. Jonathan Dotson, first in. What's up? He says, hello, everybody. Mary Jimenez, good to see you. Happy Wednesday to you as well. Here's Spider Girl with a bunch of emojis and cool stuff going on there. Let's see. Amazing Spider Flint says, good evening. It is Wednesday, right? He's just checking, making sure. Let's see who else we got. Oh, there's Teresa Newell popping in. There I am in the chat. What's up, Tony Stank? Good to see you as well. Glad that you all are here and hanging out with us. David Dotson says, hello, comic community. He's just hanging in. And David, man, thanks for messaging. It was good to hear from you. You continue to heal up and get better. And we can't wait to hear more about your progress and as you get better. El Green says, hello, I'm broke down waiting on a tow truck. Uh-oh. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, El Green. Will you you got some time before we do the giveaway. So I hope he gets to you soon. Let's see. CFAB says, hello, everyone. What's up? It's good to see you there. Hey, there he is, the future Batman. I'm on my way, guys. Just got off work. All right. Hey, we're glad that he's going to be here. He is going to be our record 7th panelist we've got tonight. 2 guests tonight, and then the regular panel that you've come to know and love. Everybody here, including Teresa, who is hanging out with our friends over at the Madhouse. There's always, what do y'all say? There's always room for one more is it lunatic in the Madhouse? I think something like that. But yeah, y'all make sure and check them out. It's Madhouse Comics and Collectibles here on YouTube. They do a bunch of auctions and stuff, cool stuff, lots of great stuff going on. Got a chance to touch base with them earlier, and just always fun to interact with them because they're just really cool and they're all about the community. Let's see, oh wait, look who's here, Mr. Collector 123. P.S. I was on time. He was, folks. He was. Agri Rhythm, good to see you hanging out here in the chat. And let's see. Cool. All right. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and bring everybody out. Thank you all to everybody who is here in the chat already and who's hanging out with us. This show wouldn't be anything without y'all, so we do appreciate y'all being here. For those who are, what's up, Agri Rhythm? Fist bump back at you. Hey, we're going to be doing a giveaway at probably about 40 minutes after the hour. So it'll be about 50 minutes after the hour. So keep an eye out for that. But that is coming up. Hey, let me go ahead and bring out the panel. So let me get them to turn on their cameras and show themselves, show those pretty faces. All right. Okay. All right. Hey, here's your panel for the night. Man, stacked panel. All-star panel right here. I'm going to go and start with one of our two guests. Y'all know him before, Adam from Nerd Amazing. Why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hey, how's it going? Really glad to be back. Been too long.
No, you've been busy with work, right?
Yeah, the job that pays the bills, it kind of had me busy doing that part. So that winter months sometimes are a little bit busy. Trade show circuit for me on that. So, but I am back now.
Awesome. Well, he's going to be hanging out with us. He's going to do some spotlights on some toys later on. Man, I can't wait to see y'all when y'all get a hold or get to see some of these. Let's go next to Mr. Collector. Mr. Collector, why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hey, everyone. How y'all doing tonight? Thank y'all for stopping by. Thank you, Nerd Amazing, for stopping by. Always cool to have them on here. It's going to be a great show, packed show, a lot of people. And I'm excited to see what everyone else has to say. But yeah, other than that, that's it.
Awesome.
No Kirkland today.
Let's keep it moving right along to Teresa Newell. She is the queen of sodas and pops.
But pop bombs,
perfect.
not pops. I don't have very many pops anymore. I got rid of most of them. So had to downsize to make room for the sodas because, there's over 600 of them in my collection. So huge collection. It goes all the way to the other side of the room. So you guys just don't get to see all of them. But yeah, hey, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. And thanks for always having us on. Appreciate that, and looking forward to what we get to talk about tonight. Should be fun.
Awesome. Let's go next to Weapon X and have him say hello to everybody.
It's my turn. All right. I'm just going over some stuff here. I'm working with Paul on. This is one of Paul's pet projects. We're trying to get some dogs to cut the grass. Llamos Perros de Paul is what we're gonna call the company, but. Yeah, I'm looking forward to.
Who let the paws out?
Probably cuts better than regular people do.
Who let the paws out?
Looking forward to tonight. Like I said, we're going to cover up the Marvels trailer here and talk about that. I know Mr. Collector's excited about that for sure. So, heard he has some inside scoop on that too, and he may have some inside scoop on.
He's got the secret potion
as well. So we'll see what he has to say.
I was trying to pick up the script today.
All right, and hey, you heard him here chuckling in the back. Oh, hey, show off the giveaway. Show off the giveaway for us. Well, that is tonight's giveaway, folks.
Captain Marvel 18, who is L'Oreal, the Accuser. If you've read the book, will she make an appearance? Mr. Collector will tell us.
Collector will tell us.
Awesome. All right, and let's go to him. Here he is, the person you've been hearing laughing in the background.
I am here tonight. Nerd Amazing was here. Got Billy right there. Don't go nowhere, Billy. I just want to show some of y'all people. This is before y'all's time. I know y'all got these futuristic cell phones, but this is how we used to call back in the day. Got the little string right here. I just got this in. Y'all don't know. These are where you press the numbers to call. Talk on this right here. It's called a telephone. Yeah, I got this one in today. This is before a lot of y'all's time right here, but yeah. got
Can-
it.
Y'all,
can
y'all
you
buckle
show
up your
us
seatbelts. We're going back in time. With Paul.
And
Can
see,
you show
like,
us the piece?
see, this was keeping y'all in the house because y'all had to talk with this thing. So
Can you show us the keypad? Are the numbers 976 rubbed off on those? Oh, wait.
No,
Nah,
just
they're-
900 ones.
they're still good.
That is sweet. Okay, so did somebody A-OK that to you? Well, what's the story behind it?
No, I went and got this. So
That's pretty cool. I like
you know,
that.
that's before y'all's time here. This is back then when people talked on the phone when it was drilled to the wall. But yeah, appreciate y'all being here tonight. Hit the like button for us. We got Nerd Amazing. So, you know, hopefully Carlos won't embarrass us tonight. And I know he's got some good toys to show off. And I know the rest of the panel has some nice toys to show off. So let's just get started. I'm ready.
All right. Hey, again, make sure hit that like button if you haven't already, and make sure and drop a comment and let somebody let somebody know that we're here and we're hanging out. And we're
Thank
gonna
you,
do
Comics
this.
for All. I tried to be, man. You know, it's hard to be a good host.
Hey, what can I say? He makes it look easy. He really does.
I'm still wondering how much he's paying CFAP to keep saying that.
Hey, watch out.
Oh,
there,
from
bro.
what I
Mind
understand,
your
the
business,
checks
bro.
are plentiful and frequent.
Mind your business, Bone.
But they bounce probably all the way to the bank.
Well,
They're not paper checks.
Carlos, you hear that? You hear this going on, Carlos?
Paul makes hosting look so easy. He makes it look effortless, like he's not even putting any effort into it.
And it shows.
It's that good.
It definitely shows.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Nerd Amazing. That's why I like you on here, Nerd Amazing.
So, first big topic of the day that we're going to be talking about is the Marvels trailer that dropped last week. So this has been it sparked a huge reaction in fandom. Lots of stuff to talk about with it. But we're going to go first off to Mr. Collector. He's going to take lead on this one and share with us a little bit about his reaction to the trailer. And he's also going to point out a few Easter eggs that you might or might not have spotted. So, Mr. Collector, you're up.
All right. So anyone that's seen the trailer, there's a few things that I noticed. So in the beginning, I had some notes on here. So as you can tell, Monica Rambeau, she's getting attacked at certain parts of the trailer. And if you notice, she's afraid. She's blocking her hands. And then when she's in the Kamala Khan's house, she backs up and gets afraid again. So I think this movie's going to show her how she can use her powers even more, because I think she's either afraid to use them or she's doesn't know the full capability of how to use them. So I think that's what's going to happen with her character. And if you looked, and I think her and, as you know, in Captain Marvel, her and Monica were friends at one point when she was younger. So I think when her mom died, she never went to go visit her in the hospital. So I think there's going to be some tension right there why she never helped her out or when she was sick. So I think there's some kind of grief right there. So if you look at the end when they say, "Oh, we're like a team," Kamala Khan, they both said, "No, we're not a team." So I think there's still some tension in between them, and I think they're going to talk about that more as the movie goes on. And if you see in the trailer too, when Nick Fury sees Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau switch places on the table, you can see that he still has the pager for Carol Danvers. So I think he still obviously uses that to, get a hold of her. And they said this movie is supposed to take place after the show with Nick Fury, Secret Invasion. So everyone's saying, "Oh, well, he must slip through it." But I hear some speculations that he might be a
Hologram?
No, not a hologram.
Scree?
Yeah, that it's not really him.
So he's going to be a Kree?
Yeah. That this movie's supposed to take place after the show. So they're thinking
that's
that
all
he
nice
might
and everything. What does the script say that you have over there?
be- Hey, man, hold on, man. I'm trying to point out some stuff right
Still
here.
waiting to hear the inside.
I know.
Hold on. I was trying to pick up my script today, but they were all out. So, and then there's another scene right here where Zane Ashton, who's rumored to play Darbin. It hasn't been confirmed, but she's wielding the Cosmic Rod, which is one of the Kree hammers. Which, if at the end of the trailer, the three girls are fighting her. If you look at one scene, I showed through some still shots in there. Carol Danvers is holding what looks like the Kree, or like looks like the hammer. So I think she takes hold of it, which you were talking about in issue 18, which actually that same issue has a picture.
Okay.
Right here. Well, I should have had it right here, but that's her welding in right there. So same one. I think this is just a variant.
Here, I'm pulling up a screenshot for you, collector.
Yeah.
Is this it here?
Yeah. So when they're battling, she has something in her hand that looks like that. They don't show the top of it, but I'm thinking that she does have that, like they do in this issue, where she does get a hold of it. And then she also, as you can tell, she has one of the bangles around her wrist, and then in the Kamala Khan, her show, they find one of the bangles from Jin that's around one of the people, the Kree people. So I'm thinking that they need the second one. And I think that's the whole movie. They're trying to get a hold of Kamala Khan because she has the other one in there around her wrist. So I think that's what they need to go to other dimensions and try to take over and spread their empire in order to travel. Because that's what they did in the show. I believe Jin needed both of them to go back to the light dimension. And so they're needing hers in order to connect with that one to travel through different multiverses, or the multiverse. So I'm thinking that's going to happen. And there was one more thing I had on here. Where's it at? And of course, I mean, from the trailer too, you know that where's it at? That the ship that Sword has up there, I forgot what they named it, but that's getting attacked by the Kree too, I believe.
Is that in the opening sequence?
Yeah, that's when they're getting it looks like they're getting attacked and they're fighting when Miss Marvel's in the ship. Not in the ship, but in the space station. And they're getting attacked. And then man, I have another note on here. Or Goose, I think Goose has kittens later on too, which they start coming down the stairs too when they're getting attacked. So
Yep.
So you'll see that in the movie too as well. They don't show any of them, sucking anyone in. Oh yeah, see if they show it. Well, she's wearing it on there, obviously, but I think that's the whole thing, is they're trying to get a hold of her to get that second one in order to travel the multiverse. But yeah, that's kind of everything that I saw in there. And then I read about the main thing I read was about them trying to collect the second one to go to different realities. But I mean, that's what I got on it so far. I don't know if anyone else saw anything in there that they think might pop up.
So do you have any idea? So do you know who he is going to, Park Si-joon is going to be playing? I think that's how you pronounce his name.
No, I don't know who he's playing.
Because I've heard different things, and there's some rumors surrounding it, but I don't think it's been confirmed yet which character he's playing.
I'm not sure either. I mean, it's not even confirmed about Zan playing Darbin, but I know Darbin's a male character. But I mean, that they switch characters around, or people. So, but that's who a lot of people are thinking she's gonna play.
Okay.
But a lot of the scenes too, when they're jumping through each other's places, they don't line up to where the next scene jumps in, because there's one where they show Kamala goes into the into, I guess, where the Creeds are, but she's wearing her outfit, and then there's another scene where she's falling through the sky, and then that's when Photon goes over there and gets her. So they're just kind of jumping around scenes, but I think it's good they're doing it that way. They're all mixed up. They don't want to show exactly what happened. So I think that was pretty cool. They're not keeping it exactly like that.
Okay. Well, cool. So what did you think about it, man? Like, what did you think? What was your reaction to it?
I think it looks pretty good. I don't think it's going to be horrible. I don't think it's going to be horrible by any means, but I haven't seen the whole Miss Marvel show, but I like Monica Rambeau. I think she was good in WandaVision. And of course, they're going to explore her powers even more. I think her eyes in the show, they were blue, and I think now they're turning purple. So obviously, it's showing she has different powers. And I'm not a huge fan of Carol Danvers, as in the movie was all right.
Here
Captain
we
Marvel.
go.
I'm just saying the first one was all right, but I think with all three of them going to be in this one, I think it's going to be a lot better. I know this is considered her second movie, so I think this one's going to be really good. I'm excited to see this one. I really am.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Well, so hey, guess who jumped in? I'm going to go ahead and let's see. The future Batman is our other guest panelist for tonight. He is joining us. Hopefully we'll see him more often around the channel, but I'm excited because he's here, because he was also excited about sharing just feedback, thoughts, reactions to the Marvels trailer. So tell you what, I'm keeping an eye on your screen, Jen. Whenever you're ready, just go ahead and pop your camera on. In the meantime, panel, what y'all think of some of the and chat, what did y'all think of the of the overall like, what y'all think of the trailer? What kind of feedback and thoughts you had? Guys, I'm sorry we can't show the trailers anymore because we were having some trouble with I think Warner Brothers especially was very touchy about us showing the trailer during. I don't know that Marvel or Disney has big a problem with it, but Warner Brothers was a little bit touchy about especially when we ran this Flash trailer a month and a half ago. They were not happy about that, so we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to poke the bear, but yeah. So we're talking about it, and yeah, we're trying to show some screenshots for it. Let's see, Teresa, Weapon X, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, you can show the images again while I'm talking, but I just want to touch on Mr. Collector's point. He brings up about the animosity between Monica and Captain Marvel or Carol. I think one of the things that he's kind of missing is that Monica did disappear, and then she reappeared, 5 years later. And if you notice, in the haircut style of Captain Marvel, her hair is shorter than it was when she first appeared in the Marvel Universe. The theory is that while Monica's away from the snap, that Carol actually does go to visit her mom and cuts her hair to support her for the cancer treatment, and that's why her hair is shorter when she comes back to reality. Her hair is growing back, and so that's one of the theories that's being kicked around. If you actually go and look at the hairstyles, why her hair is different when she comes back.
I need
to back in Endgame. So
I didn't know that.
That's one of the things you can check out. Yeah, if you look at Endgame, her hair is going to be shorter. And
yeah, I remember that, but I thought that was just kind of a choice they made about the for the comics, but it does make sense though.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be something that they're going to kind of touch on. Like you said, there's going to be some, like you said, animosity between them because she believes she didn't visit her mom towards the end, but I think they'll reveal that she did come by and support her while her daughter was missing during that time, and I think that's going to kind of make them more of a bond or whatever for that team that they're trying to create. And overall, I mean, for me, I'm not a big fan like Mr. Collector, so I'm not I'm not going to be the first one that day to go see it, but I mean the trailer does. I think Dotson kind of touched on it. It does kind of have that Freaky Friday type vibe, that feel where things kind of like, hey, this isn't my power, but you have my power, I have your power type deal. So that's going to be kind of interesting how they play off of that or whatever. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. Well, hey, here he is, folks. Let me go ahead and bring out our other guest panelist for the night. Here he is, the future Batman.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for having me. How you doing, Carlos, Paul, Mr. Collector, Weapon X, Teresa, and the rest of the panel? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm excited that you're here. Hey, so the trailer dropped about a week and a half ago, I think, right? Because didn't it drop on a Monday?
I believe so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so you've probably had some time to kind of reflect and stuff. I have a few stills loaded here to show in case you reference any of them, but I just want to get your take on it and see what did you think of the trailer.
Okay, so I think this movie is going to set up Phase 5 going into Phase 6. And with that being said, I think they're going to touch bases with Binary, Warbird. She goes through so many different power levels, but a lot of people that don't know when she was created, she was a 1977 character. I mean, I wrote some notes here.
Yeah.
But she's like a 1977 character. And remember, the entire reason she's called Miss Marvel is because her mentor, Captain Marvel, was a great inspiration. And remember back when she took over the title of the actual name, a lot of fanboys hated that. And it's crazy because those same fanboys or that same trend has sort of followed her into her first movie. I think this movie is going to be a shocker. I think it's going to shock a lot of people. I think it's actually going to be a really good movie. I think it's also going to introduce the mutants because I watched Miss Marvel.
Really?
And at the end of, this is maybe a spoiler to a lot of people, but if you haven't watched the show now, I might as well just spoil it for you.
Yeah.
But the last episode of Miss Marvel, Kamala finds out that she has a mutant gene, and it may not just be the actual bracelet, but actually her own genetics that may be behind the powers. But we'll see. I mean, I think it's gonna shock people. That's what I feel about the movie from what I've seen so far. I mean, of course, I think you need I think we need to see a little bit more. I mean, right now we just have a first trailer, but we don't know the complete details of what's going to happen in this movie. But going forward, I think it's going to be I think it might be actually I think this might be the Shazam of the movies. When DC first released Shazam, everybody thought that Shazam was going to be a joke or it wasn't going to be a good movie. And then it completely blew everybody out of the water when people went to go see it. They're like very family friendly, and that's the one thing about Kamala Khan, the character. I think that she's going to draw a lot of different diversities to the theaters too. And me being Middle Eastern, I think that's one of the biggest reasons I'm even pushing this movie to be like. I'm hoping that this movie is good just because I love the character. So. It's gonna. I hope it's good. That's what I want from it. I just want it to be a good movie, well written, good pace. It doesn't. A lot of people complain about the whole woke thing. Just stick to the story and set up your Easter eggs. And if you can do that, then I think you can set up the rest of the phases. You can set up Phase 5 and 6. But her being a mutant at the end of the last episode, I think that may play out in this movie. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good take on it, Jen. Good take. So okay, I want to jump back. We're jumping back to all panel view. Man, this is the most we've ever had on an episode of the Giveaway Show. This looks like the opener for the Brady Bunch right here.
Breaking the
Just need
song.
two
Come
more.
on.
Just need 2 more.
The Carlos Bunch.
Right, the Carlos Bunch. So, okay, so I think you touched on a couple of really cool things. I'm ashamed to say it. I'd forgotten that it set up mutants at the end of the show, which I thought Miss Marvel was a solid show. It was well done. I think not only did it like from a demographic standpoint, not only did it address like Middle Eastern, those of Middle Eastern descent, but it also
South Asians,
and South Asian, it skewed way younger than a lot of the traditional Marvel fare, because she's a younger teenager when Spider-Man just graduated high school. He's going into college, so she's now. I think if I'm correct, I think she's the youngest MCU lead character that we have now, right?
So far until they introduce Moon Girl.
Moon Girl.
Oh,
Luna.
yeah.
Luna.
Yeah,
Moon
let's say
Girl,
Dinosaur
Moon
Girl.
Girl, Dinosaur.
It was Moon Girl.
Yeah.
Until they introduced Moon Girl. Who was supposed to be the most intelligent character apparently, but
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, that's interesting. Because I had forgotten about that. So I'm wondering, this really could. And then with them doing this weird like swapping places thing with each other, I'm wondering if it's going to lead us to some dimensional hijinks that somehow features. You could be laying the pathway for mutants. So that's one thing. And then the other thing was just the quality. I think it's when we're talking about a property like this that has already incited a reaction in fandom, meaning I think as people make a big deal that it's the most disliked MCU trailer of all time. It starts to get hard to separate kind of opinions about what's gone on in the past, whether it's an actor and things they've said, or the first Captain Marvel movie, which was kind of debatable about how solid it was just as a film. But when you look at the trailer, when you take the trailer and you subtract everything else, it actually is. It looks like a really fun, really well done film. And I say that in large part because by adding the other two Marvel characters in like kind of the Lady Marvel's corner of the universe, I think that was the best possible decision they could have made, because like I'm a huge fan of the actress who plays Monica Rambeau. I don't know about everybody else, but she nailed it in WandaVision. Yeah, and she was great. I mean, I didn't expect her to be the one that was going to steal all the scenes and was going to get my full attention and undivided attention every time she was on screen. In between her and Jimmy Woo, I mean, I was like, that show, to me, they made that show. Adding her, and then I just think the girl that plays Kamala Khan is delightful. She's so energetic and bubbly and excited, and that kind of youthful enthusiasm just brings a lot of cool stuff to the table, regardless of whether it's Spider-Man or Miss Marvel or some other young character. So I'm really, I don't know, I'm cautiously optimistic that this is going to be a really solid film, and that it will
Iman Vellani. I looked it up. It's Iman Vellani.
Yeah. Do you know? Now, wasn't this her first starring role?
Yeah, she's So I'm of course, guys, I don't know much about the actress myself, but from what I'm reading, she's born in 2002. So clearly, she's one of the younger actresses. She's Pakistani born, or actually, the actual enunciation or the way you should say it is Pakistani born Canadian actress, right? And I think she beat out a few other actresses that were in for the role. I think other Pakistani actresses. But yeah, this would be her first ever professional SAG role, I would say. Yeah, that's outside of Bollywood if she's ever done that.
Oh yeah, SAG.
Yeah, SAG, SAG.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say this is her first major role for a teenager or youth, for her youth. Yeah, but I don't really know much about her as an actress except for that. So, but looking this up, seeing that she was casted at the last year of her high school. So she graduated and then they casted her. So just imagine just getting out of high school and being like, "Hey, by the way, you're going to be Miss Marvel," and she's like, "Oh man, I bet that's just, I mean, could go to your head, or you could be really humble." From what I'm hearing, the community really likes her. So
yeah,
I remember when I was watching the show, I was able to watch that with now my wife, then fiance. But when we were watching that, I was like, man, our cultures are kind of, she's Puerto Rican and I'm Persian, but I'm also Turkish. But my mother was born in, Iran and then taught in Pakistan. So we were able to really see the cultural similarities, but also the differences. And when she and I were watching the show, I was like, that happens at the mosque, or that happens. What she's doing right there on the show, that's a thing, But I really enjoyed the show. But then again, the target audience was, a certain group, right? It was people that probably wouldn't be into superheroes or be someone's aunties or uncles. And when they watch the show, they're like, whoa, they're really representing our culture correctly, or they're doing a pretty good job here. And I think that's what I liked about it. They were very delicate and very respectful with how they introduced the culture representation of her character and her culture, which is an actual real thing. It's not like Wakanda where it is fictional, but it's taken from different variety of different cultures, right? So, I'm excited. I mean, I'm pretty excited about the movie, but I just hope that it goes towards the right direction and they don't ruin it. They treat it the same way they treated the show, and they're not forceful with it with their audience, because you're going to have different people watching this movie, and everyone's going to have different. Some people might have cultural shock, as surprising as that is, but there are still people that have cultural shock that live in America when they get introduced to a new culture. So, but we'll see. We'll see for that.
Okay. Very cool. Well, hey, I'm going to move it back into full view for the whole panel. So we haven't heard from Teresa, Adam, or Weapon X or Paul. All right, so Weapon X, you're saying yes?
Oh, you already talked to him.
Yeah, I already discussed about that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, Teresa, how about you?
I mean, it looks great. More women in the MCU, DCU, any of them. It's always encouraged for me. A lot more estrogen in the comic community or comic world is great. So, always encouraged, always looking forward to it. I thought it was funny. I thought there was parts of it that was hilarious. Just in the minute and a half, 2-minute trailer or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I hope they can do some stuff to it. Just like how Thor was kind of funny in the Ragnarok. So yes. I'm kind of hoping that maybe that's how they go with this way too. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it, definitely. So.
Very cool. All right. Okay. All right. I guess we got to give him some airtime. All right, Paul.
All right. So I didn't learn anything.
Just real quick, as he gets started, I just want to say that Paul does
y'all
not represent the opinions of the channel or myself or any of the other panelists.
Right?
Next.
Well, so like what Weapon was saying, that's her in her full power form with the hammer. But in the comics, she is her sister, half sister.
Really?
Yeah. So they're not gonna take from, I guess, not take from that. And like Weapon was saying, that is her. But I think the Kree, I think she's part of the Kree. So if you get this one,
I have to agree with Point Reyes here. He says, speaking of estrogen, here's Paul.
so this is how they meet in Miss Marvel.
Oh, okay.
But she is in I think she was in a Kree war. Coming back from there, that's her other costume. But I agree with I think Weapon or somebody had said that she's gonna change into different forms. So she's gonna become a Warbird.
Binary.
Yeah. That wasn't you, but okay.
No,
thank you, Weapon.
I had mentioned that. But then again,
and we're gonna see so you're gonna have the seriousness of Captain Marvel because she gets pissed every time. They're all linked. What they forgot to tell y'all, they're all linked. Their powers together with the band. So when she does her power, they all switch. Everybody switches different places. So that's gonna be pretty funny. And Miss Marvel is gonna be I guess the comic relief because she's always saying fanboying out, being with them too, and Weapon, Collector was saying, then you're gonna have the tension between Monica Rambeau and you're gonna have it with Carol because she doesn't know the truth yet. But you have a movie with 3 women, so hopefully it doesn't blow the world up. But I am going to be nice and just watch it. But it is what it is. That's what we have to do. But if you watch the show on Miss Marvel, at the end, that's where everybody was confused. Why was Captain Marvel doing in her closet? Because she just they both switched places. So I guess they're going to utilize that more, and they use that fighting the villain, fighting her at the end. They're switching places to fight. It takes 3 to fight 1. But I think all in all, like Jim was saying, I think it's going to be a good movie. I think people are going to want to watch it. Hopefully they don't destroy the earth, and Samuel L. Jackson can help them out, Ronan. So
very cool.
What the hell?
Well, thank you so much. Slow clap.
Y'all are what?
Oh, is that
How many Dapper Dans?
Transformer.
How many Dapper Dans would you give that?
Oh god!
I mean, I think it's good. I think the Marvels are gonna probably overshoot Across the Spider-Verse. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Dapper Dans. Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty high.
You're amazing. Cover your ears. I don't want you to hear this. I don't want you to hear this. You're a guest. I don't want you to hear this.
Thank you, bestie.
Yeah. Hey, y'all make sure and hit that like button. Thank y'all for being here. If y'all haven't subscribed yet, make sure and do so. We are just a little over 20 subscribers away from hitting our 1,250 benchmark. We are going to be doing a bigger giveaway when that happens. So make sure and hit that subscribe button. Make sure and let others know that they should subscribe. We'd love to have them be part of our little corner of the community. Real quick, I want to do a quick shout out. I'm going to go ahead and bump Adam from Nerd Mazing forward, so we make sure we get to have his capsule review. So Adam, our good buddy who's joining us tonight, he's got a channel. It's called Nerd Mazing. It's actually surpassed us here in number of subscribers. But hey, I want you to go check out his videos because he's got some amazing stuff. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. He's got some of the best produced review content across any size channel that he puts together. He puts a lot of effort and time and energy into the reviews that he does for all types of different geeky subjects, including action figures, tiki dolls, Funko-esque types of things, all kinds of cool stuff. He's going to show a couple of those tonight and tell us about some of the videos that he's got coming up.
Calm down, Carlos. He's here right now. Calm down, man.
If you haven't subscribed to his channel, make sure you do so ASAP. But here, here is Adam from Nerd Mazing.
Gonna scare him off.
How's it going? Thank you for that
I'm a fan.
introduction, Carlos. And Thank you for that wonderful interruption, Paul.
That's what he's here for.
It's been a while since I've been on the show, so I made sure I got a few toys to show you guys. Recently, if you're following the toy community, there was this big at Target from NECA, the Haul-a-thon that was just happening late March, and still kind of going on. You can still probably go to your local Target and get a lot of these wonderful stuff that they've been releasing, such as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, some other movie figures. But the big thing that they released, which was a re-release from the 2018, was this wonderful Spider Gremlin from the Gremlins 2 movie.
That thing is
I haven't seen this in for a long time, and I'm so surprised that they brought this back. 15 inches long with all these, like, the spider legs. If you go from side to side, I have to, like, get back right here. But this thing is wicked. It's awesome looking. Great design. If you can see all the paint work and whatnot. The little spider spinneret. This thing kind of gives me a little bit of nightmares when you see it in the dark. So, but if you're also a movie buff and you love 80s movies, I mean, this is just an awesome piece to have. NECA does a great job on their Gremlin stuff.
That's awesome.
And if you don't know this character, again, this is from the Gremlins 2 movie, where Spike drinks these spider DNA, which is put into this bottle or this beaker, I guess you say, right here. When they're in the lab, they're all drinking up all these different chemicals, where like one turns into a lightning, one turns into a female gremlin, one turns into a vegetable gremlin, and so forth and so forth. But he drinks the spider DNA one, and he turns into this, and him and Gizmo later on in the movie have a kind of a like battle scene, which is kind of awesome, actually. I do have a review episode on this. I go into it a lot more in details. So definitely, if you get a chance, check that out. So this is one wonderful toy. And this ranges, because of its size and all the details that they put in, right now I think you can get this for around the $64 range at Target.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I expected so much more. Like, I expected that to be so much more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
No. And, I mean, originally when I was seeing this, when I was at conventions, again, when they're trying to sell the original version, the 2018 one, because a lot of people are trying to get this because they didn't produce tons of them. I mean, this thing was going for $200, $250 when you're at the conventions. But
yeah,
now that it's re-released, I'm like, oh, gosh, definitely going to grab me one because I never had one beforehand.
Wow.
I got my fingers crossed that they'll release the Bat Gremlin one day again, because that's another great piece to have.
So are they all to scale with each other?
Yeah. I mean, you can get the regular Gremlins. I mean, they'll probably be like the Mogwais will probably be about this size. The other types of Gremlins, like if you got they're probably will stand up to about here. I mean, they're probably not fully to scale, because some of like the Brainiac ones and the ones that have the tattoos, the Christmas caroling ones from the movies, they stand up tall. So technically, this would, in the movie version, would technically be bigger than them. But if you actually have the real, like the action figures next to each other, they probably stand up roughly close to about, maybe up to the shoulder. And he comes with a nice little stand to hold him up. So you just a little hole right in there, because otherwise the legs don't support him. It just kind of slides down. So you definitely a little stand. And I do have an episode. If you do get this, the legs are a little bit hard to put in. You have to use a heating method. And NECA gives you instructions using hot water, warm water. But I don't like getting my action figures wet, so I have put out a hair drying method to kind of show you how to do that.
Interesting.
But keeping with the fun 80s movies, this, I never knew that Mattel released this for their He-Man, their Eternia line. But I saw this awesome action figure from the 1987's live-action He-Man, Masters of the Eternia movie of Skeletor. And I just thought, this is just spot on. I mean, that was such a weird movie that they released. The actor who plays this was what's his name? Frank Langella. And you have,
Frank Langella. Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren. Lundgren. I think I said that right. As He-Man. And this is like one of these weird ones, like He-Man shooting like a big old laser gun. There's a lot of like campiness to it, a lot of Star Wars campiness aspect, I felt like. And I actually think that Courtney Cox's first movie was this. So,
you know what? Yeah. Wait, I think it might have been actually. Yeah, because this was very very early in her career.
So, I mean, the movie, like, outside of using the names of the characters and stuff like that, it doesn't quite relate very well to the toy line. It's like almost it's like a different universe of stuff. And it's very weird. Like, you've got He-Man battling Skeletor, and Skeletor's forces is way too much. So this little kind of troll-like small creature created something called I think it was called a Chaos Key, if I'm not mistaken, that can open portals to different worlds. And in the rush of trying to escape Skeletor's forces in like the middle of the movie, they open a portal to Earth, particularly California. And that's where they meet Courtney Cox and her boyfriend to help them out. So, yeah. Look up that trailer. You can just kind of see how odd it is. It's like nothing like the toy version at all that we all like grew up on, the cartoon version. But it's not a horrible movie. It's actually pretty cool on its own. So, but when I just saw this, I had to get it. I did a review because it's just like the nostalgia of seeing this as a kid just hit me. You know, it's just like, oh, I gotta get this. And I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't do a He-Man version yet. So, I mean, who doesn't want Dolph Lundgren as an action figure? Come on, people.
Right.
I think that would be so cool. But he's got this he's got his chaos stuff. He has his power sword, and I don't have it on me right at the moment. I don't see it, but he does come with that chaos key as well. So.
What's up, Mr. Unknown Comics Guy? Thanks for being here tonight, buddy. All right, what's up, Geek Out with Roscoe? Y'all make sure that if y'all have not subbed his channel up, make sure and do so as well. Darth Lucian, good to see you there as well. But man, hey, thanks for sharing that with us. Those toys, God, I'm continuously amazed by the quality and the detail that goes into toys now.
There's so much, and there's so many great manufacturers who just put in a lot of great work into these.
Yeah.
And so just to give you a sneak peek, you want a sneak peek of what I'm working on next?
Yeah, let's see it. So,
Funko does these things called Funko Pop Moments, which are based off of like movie scenes, and they just kind of do a Funko stylized version. So I am working on the Elliot with E.T.
Wow.
like flying across the moon. Just give you a little bit of a sneak peek. That's next product I'm about to showcase. You may hear first on Carlos Collects.
There you go. That's it.
That's cool.
All right. Well, Adam, thanks so much for sharing that with us. Hey, we're gonna drop the link to his channel in the chat. Make sure and check it out because he does a really good job, very detailed, great lighting, great camera angles, and that's one of the things I appreciate about good review videos is that when you get a really good look and know exactly what you're going to get when you open that box, that's valuable to me. And that's one of the things I love about Nerdmazing and what Adam does over on that channel is he gives us a really good look so we know what we're going to be, like we know what to expect when we open up those toys, because I mean, like we were saying, these toys have gotten more and more expensive. It's not like when we were kids. So, if I'm going to spend $40 or $60 on a toy, I want to get a really good look at it beforehand. So y'all make sure and check his channel out. Adam, thanks again for being here with us. We're going to go ahead and now it's time to get to our giveaway. All right, so I'm going to have Weapon X show the giveaway for tonight real quick. Weapon X, why don't you show it one more time? All right, so if you've been waiting, this is your chance to win Captain Marvel number, is that 15? No, 18. Captain
18.
Marvel number 18. And this is her first appearance?
Yes, it's her first appearance.
Awesome. Okay. So, hey, y'all know y'all can get it here So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop the hashtag that you need to use in order to win this prize. To win this book, you don't have to do anything other than message us your shipping info.
Speaking of that, Weapon X,
Yes.
I want to show off one of my most recent toys
Oh,
that I just picked up. So you guys know I collect the sodas, right? So my most recent chase that I've picked up.
Oh yeah, Destro with the gold helmet.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
Nice.
Burn it.
Where's Paulie?
All right, so Adam, just to give you context, Paul got to, for lack of a better word, babysit the actual voice of Destro from the 80s cartoon for the entire weekend of Pop Culture Power Show. Paul is still seeing a counselor after being traumatized like that.
I saw Paul there at the PowerCon. I mean, he was just all a mess.
yeah,
Man,
because of this guy.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Paulie, where's Paulie?
So I just had to show you. I had to show it off. So this is
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, just
Paul
burn
got
it.
a flashback.
Burn it.
1,200 pieces. So,
That is awesome.
yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
So if I get
All right,
some
Weapon X.
extras, I'll hook everybody up. I'll make sure I send one to Paul for sure.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. All right, so here's the giveaway for tonight. We're going to be giving this away. Here's what you're going to do if you want to win this issue or this copy of Captain Marvel number 18. Here's what you're going to do. You need to enter this hashtag exactly as it appears when I drop it in the chat. You can't have spaces in there. You want to do it exactly. Make sure and check your spelling and everything. So here it is. If you want to win this copy of Captain Marvel number 18, you have to enter hashtag Marvelous Paul.
Oh man,
What?
are we
Oh,
stroking
Lord.
ego or
Marvelous
what?
Paul.
Here comes the hate.
That
My
is what you
God.
want to enter. And we're going to leave it open for just a couple minutes. Hey, come on. If you're a
Great
giveaway troll and
hashtag,
you're watching and you're
Great
just
hashtag.
waiting for this moment, now's your time. Go ahead and drop it in the chat. Hashtag. Look, here it is. This is Paul with the voice, Arthur Burghardt, and there's the future Batman in the back, completely worn out himself because he was also watching Arthur for the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, future Batman, you can't spell. You're out.
Yeah. we took.
All right,
a lot of
Mr. Collector, you're
responsibility
out.
in taking
Green
care of
Machine, you're out.
Ouch. All right, what were you saying, Jen?
I said no. We shared responsibilities in taking care of them, so it was a pleasure, with my partner in crime there in the orange shirt, Marvelous Paul.
Reyes, you're in.
Jen,
You're
you
in,
had your
White
hands
Reyes.
full watching him and Paul at the same time.
Yeah,
That's
Listen, you're
too
in.
much, man.
I would say
you're
this,
out.
Paul is, we did a little appreciation show for the con, and we had a pretty good squad. Everyone that's on this panel, at least 90% of the people on here really came through. So we got a pretty good squad. So
They didn't do nothing.
yeah.
All right, Paul's still embittered by it. But hey, make sure you enter the hashtag if you want to win that the copy of Captain Marvel number 18. You got to put hashtag Marvelous Paul. Make sure and check your spelling on it. A couple more quick things that I want to make sure and mention. For a limited time, we have a run of merchandise that's available. It's the first run of merchandise for Carl's Collects Comics. You can find it on the under the store tab here on the channel. Every penny of profit that comes from the sale of those shirts, we don't get much from it, but it all goes right back into the channel. It goes into things like the giveaway show, postage, the music that you listen, that you hear, the graphics, all that kind of stuff. We put that back right into the channel. So make sure you check that out. Also, I want to make sure and let you know that coming up next month, we're going to begin offering channel memberships. And this is something that, I've spent time putting it together to make sure that it was going to be something fun, talk to the rest of the panel, because I wanted to make sure that there was a tier for everybody. So there will be, regardless of what your budget level is, there will be a way for you to show support for this channel. And we just want to thank you again for, because if nothing else, even if you say, hey, even the lowest tier, I'm not able to be a member, there is a huge way that you can now support the channel, and that's by letting the ads play on all the videos when you watch them. If you let those ads play, that ad revenue comes back to the channel, and it just goes right back into it and helps to support the channel and keep it going and keep it growing. I've got a lot of huge plans that I'm excited about. Some of it the panel knows about, some of it they don't, but I'm looking forward to that stuff coming down the pipe. Especially, all I can say is that August and September are going to be very busy months here. In the time during convention season, you can come here for really great convention coverage. We're going to be covering multiple conventions going on all over the place. We're still waiting on some of the passes to come back, or some of the clearances for media, for our media passes to come back for some of them, like Motor City Comic Con and a couple of others. But I'm excited because we will be covering Comic Palooza in the greater Houston area. We're also going to be covering Fan Expo Dallas, which is up in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. And then upcoming, I also wanted to mention, speaking of conventions, you can meet Adam from Nerd Mazing at this weekend's Retro Palooza in the greater Houston area. I think it's taking place in Pasadena. You can stop by and see Adam there. He's going to have a booth set up. You can swing by, say hi to him, see some of the toys that he's got, and hear about some of the stuff he's doing for the channel. So lots of cool convention coverage, and we'll have to have him back on here. Maybe Adam shoot some photos and a couple of clips of video while you're there, and come back on afterward and share with us what it was like. Because we want you to know as much as we can get, as much information as we can get about these different conventions. We want to try to get it to you so that you have the information you need to know to be ready for the convention and make it the best possible experience. So looks like, thanks. Look, Geek Out with Roscoe just subbed. Awesome. Thank you. And thank you, Teresa Newell, for dropping both his YouTube channel link and his, and his Instagram link. So make sure to give him a follow on Instagram, and make sure and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Great stuff like that. Oh, hey, what's up, Joe47? Joe decided, or Joe, let's see, where did it go? Joe says, hashtag Marvelous Paul. It pains me to type that. I know.
Joe, just type it, Joe.
I feel your pain. I really do.
I just want to say, Nerd Maze is going to be there at that show. Just be patient, because there's going to be a long line. I had to wait in a long line.
I mean, I don't know why you're stroking his ego so much.
Paul, aren't
Hey,
you
you just-
going to be my security, right?
Hey, man, I'm just letting them know, man. I got to meet you over there live.
All right. It's time to get to that giveaway. I'm going to go ahead and drop an inline right now, and then we are going to go over to the we're going to go on over here to our screen. We're going to share the screen.
I'm just glad you're here, Nerd Maze.
Hey, Lucian Darth. Oh, wait. That's familiar. Darth Lucian and Lucian Darth.
Yeah.
Two entries.
I don't think it's Darth Lucian, though. I don't think it's Darth Lucian.
And
I
the
think
investigation begins.
Oh, wait, no. We've got one of our hidden people popping out. You're welcome, too. All right. For those who choose to remain anonymous, you're welcome here, too. All right. Nobody will get frowned upon for hanging out in the chat with us. We love you, too, and we want you to be here. I think I know who you are.
But you will be prayed for.
You
will be prayed for.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow. Comics guy, you're out.
I'm telling the
You
pastor.
can't even type that right.
I'm telling the pastor.
Something wrong with the prayer?
He's so self-satisfied for that joke
Look,
right
he's
now. Look at
so-
him. Look.
He's so nervous he's drinking holy water.
Forgive me.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So, hey, it's time for that giveaway. Let me go ahead and here. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and bounce it over to. Let's see. I'm going to bounce it over to. Where is he? Ron. I'm sorry. Weapon X. Why don't you talk to us real quick for just a moment while I get this set up? Talk to us about the Image retailer controversy.
Oh, yeah, let me bring up my slides.
He's got slides and everything.
Yeah.
See, the rest of the panel, take note. Mr. Collector.
Ooh.
Mr. Collector.
Carlos, I'm going to pray for you too.
What you need to pray for is having slides next time.
Ooh.
Dang.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
You notice there was
these
no
are notes.
sponsor on that water, right? It
Well,
got
I'm not
full.
sponsored anymore.
Didn't you lose
Alright,
that
let's go.
sponsorship after the con?
What con?
That's right.
There was a con?
There was one.
All right. All right, Mr. Carlos. There you go. Oh, the giveaway tool.
All right, now you're up.
Should be the slides. Yeah. You pop those up there.
Yeah, I'm bringing them up. All right.
So a few weeks ago there was you could pre-order the 8 Billion Genies issue 8 store exclusives from different stores. A lot of these stores had limited runs of between 500 to 1,000 or issues available, and a lot of these stores sold out of their issue 8. Well, a couple of weeks ago at C2E2, a couple of people walked around and noticed that at one of the tables for one of the artists for the book, they had all the copies of the retailer exclusives or the store exclusives, at their table that you could buy that day. Mind you, the retailers themselves of the stores haven't received their books yet, but the artist had them already in hand selling them. And so it was kind of a controversy because a lot of these stores said that their print runs were limited to 500, for example. And then all of a sudden you come to here and you see that this table has more than that amount that's available to purchase. So as you can see, I went to the website for the artist, and you can see he has all the different covers that were available for that issue, and others as well that were supposed to be store exclusives only. And kind of one of them that I know person that kind of took a hit was the one here with the I Love Genie tribute. This was from Billy over at Economics and Comics, and he said he had a print run of, I think he said 450 of that one, and he sold out. And then when I kind of brought it to his attention that, hey, that there are reports that your book is available somewhere else, he kind of messaged Image, and Image told him that, yeah, those were what they call copies that were given to the artist. And apparently they can request as many as they want if you're part of the Image. So
yeah, I've seen this thing with, like, if you follow different artists on Instagram or something, like Stephanie Phillips is a writer, so she gets copies like these. I don't know how Boom does it, but
I'm a personal friend of Paul.
Right.
But I'm saying I agree with what Weapon's saying. Like, certain artists and writers of the book, and they probably get access to these books even though that they're low print or designated as 3,000 copies or something.
Yeah, but there's only going to be one thing that separates those books that the artist has, that the store has. The store's name is going to be at the back cover of that book.
Yeah.
So you're saying that,
we're talking about that these guys get access to these books. That's what.
No, I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that the store creates 500 copies with their names on the back of those books. Those artists are giving completely different copies with the same front cover, but not the store exclusive with the name on the back of the book. Because that's what I'm trying to tell you. So you're saying that, they have that cover, but they don't have the store exclusive, which is limited to 500 or whatever.
So you're saying that they're using the technicality to get around it?
Well, that's what they're doing. They're saying, well, you're buying 500 limited, let's just say it's Unknown Comics, right? They put their store's name. They say, well, we have 1,000 of them, but they'll say Unknown Comics on the back of the actual cover. But that same cover could be sold on, like, Scorpion Comics somewhere. And Scorpion
he's talking about the artist is getting access to these books.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. I'm saying
that
that
doesn't make.
He's saying in
what you're
addition.
saying is
He's
like
saying in addition, there's more stuff that is.
he just
There's
said that Scorpion would get it.
legalities behind what you're saying. The 500 issues that they're talking about is store exclusive. It goes against there were only 500 of these covers made. No, there are 500 of these books that the store has its name on was made, which is the store the store variant, like Scorpion Comics 500 limited variant.
So that brings up a really
500. Huh?
That brings up a really good question.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what is on the back of the books that are shipped, the comp copies to the artist?
Exactly, and that's what I want to look at. Did everybody take a picture of the front cover, but did anyone take a picture of the back cover?
Yeah.
Right.
Weapon X, do you know what's on the back of the ones that are comp copies?
No, that I don't know. The reason why I was bringing up the I Dream of Jeannie one is because when, like I said, Billy found out, he ended up destroying 40 copies of his store exclusive to make sure that those 40 that the Image guys got didn't count against his thing. So he tried to make sure his count was 500. He wanted to make sure there was 500 copies of that book in existence, not 540.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So he
okay,
destroyed
so
40 of
the
his own
store
books.
gets 500. So the guy, Image let the artist order or get 40 of the copies.
Yeah, supposedly they got 40 extra
40 additional
copies. Yeah, that were available.
So then the print count would have been 540. Then.
40,
So he
right.
destroyed 40 to make it 500 still.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
So
I mean,
he
that
took
was really
it.
cool of him to do it, but it sucks that's going on. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the artist could request that many copies. Well, because that hurts everybody. Well, it hurts everybody except the artist because they can do their own exclusive, like with signatures, right?
Yeah.
Or acetate. Yeah, or acetate.
Yeah.
It seems like C2E2 is always drawing controversy for something that they shouldn't be doing, right?
Mhm.
So
Was
it's
this a C2E2 exclusive?
No, that wasn't.
No, it's not an exclusive.
No,
It's-
that
it
wasn't.
No,
at
it was just at C2E2, but it
Yeah.
seems like they're always drawing the controversy. Last year was the acetate, now it's this. So next year it will be something else. So
Yep.
it just seems like that's where all the drama is, and that's where you should be. If you, I mean, of course, no publicity is bad. I mean, no bad publicity is. There's no such thing as bad publicity, right?
Right.
There,
Yeah.
I mean, we're saying this now, but how many of those artists are now? People will go online and search up, like, oh yeah,
Right.
I actually like his stuff. I'm gonna go buy his book now. So we'll
Wow.
But merchandising is everything. I would say. When we were talking about Miss Marvel, I forgot to say that what will make and break the movie is things like this, right? Merchandising. So I did buy some toys recently, and this is the one that's the
very
diamond edition.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the one that's shiny and people went after. And this is the exact same one, but it's not shiny. It's just, but merchandising is everything. I mean, how much of her action figures are going to sell? You know, you have the three, you have Monica, you have Kamala, and then you have, Carol. So you have those three with different costume designs and in human form and legend toys, and you have like the movie toys. And so if the merch sells, man, I mean, that could also be a thing that can help the movie.
But then you also have like Flurkin and all them too.
Mhm.
So you have the cat and all that.
Yep.
So you have all those other characters, Nick
Plush.
Fury, all of them.
Yeah, plush and drinks. Like
Yep.
if you love collecting drinks. I mean, on my way here from work, I heard you said you have like 600 or something drinks.
Yeah, they're these sodas. They're these, not drinks. But
I'm sorry, that's what I mean. Like sodas, 600
Yeah.
sodas.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's like I've never met someone that has 600 sodas. That's awesome.
yeah, I have all of them. I have not all of them. I shouldn't say
That's
that.
pretty impressive.
They also call them pops too, Jen.
These
Yeah,
aren't
they call
pops.
them pops.
These aren't
Pops.
pops.
Sorry. I kept
That-
calling them pops. They're called
that-
sodas.
Yeah.
No, like a soda
All right,
pops.
folks.
you
So
know?
we're gonna move it along to.
pops.
Oh, sorry, Teresa. Hang on. Let me come back.
Pop
to you.
controversy.
Got it. Jen got it.
These are
That-
pops.
Oh, she got it too. Okay, nice.
These are pops. This is a soda.
Nice.
Same thing.
Same
No, they're
thing.
not.
But sometimes people say, "Hey, give me a pop," and they don't mean
Right.
like a smash on the head or something.
Mhm.
All right.
It's a nice
All
Funko
right, so
Pop.
here
you
it
got.
is. We had 23 entries in this giveaway. We're going to go ahead and do it in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, let's see who
Marvelous
wins. Good
ball.
luck,
There you go.
everybody. Good luck. Uh-oh, getting slow. Geek Out with
Oh,
Roscoe.
wow.
Congratulations.
Nice. Congratulations,
Very
Geek
nice.
Out with Roscoe.
Congrats.
Oh, he's still on the thing. Yeah, I want to come back to the retailer controversy. We're gonna bump Star Wars announcements until the next until we'll cover that in a little bit. We do have quite a bit to cover for these, but we are gonna bump it because I'm intrigued by this whole thing.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Cool.
that's kind of what. Sorry, yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. What Roscoe was saying. You know, that kind of puts in question some of these print runs. They say that they're out there. We only printed so many, but then under the table somewhere, somebody's getting comp copies. I mean, like Jen saying, yeah, it may not have it on the back, but there's still copies
Mm-hmm.
that are floating
Yeah.
out there that put in question the actual count that you're paying that premium for. Because these exclusives, they're not cheap.
Yeah, they're not.
Not at all. And Weapon
So-
X is right? He's 100% right on that because the store gets 500 copies, but this artist may have 40 copies, but let's say it's not the exclusive from the store, but are his 40 copies now worth more because it doesn't have the store's name behind
Right.
it?
Right.
So now it makes it its own exclusive. It makes its own thing. And I just spend like $200 on this 500 limited run of copies and bought one copy for like $100 or $200.
Yeah.
This artist at the con is selling the same book, but just without the retailer's name on the back for like $30. And I
Right.
just bought that book from this person, and I'm just saying, I mean, it does draw controversy. So I mean, Weapon X is right. About that. But I think the way they're looking at it is, well, this copy says Scorpion's Comics. This one says Unknown Comics, and this one says Comic Connection, and this one says, Marvel, and this one says whatever, independent company, whatever, But if you combine all the copies, it equals up to 2,000. But you told us that there were only 500 of these books out there.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right. I mean, it definitely draws controversy.
And I think with some of the stores, like I mentioned, some of those stores were upset because those copies were available there to buy, but they hadn't even received their copies yet to actually go.
Yeah,
through.
that's messed up
what
because
some of them were. Yeah, that's what some were irritated about.
yeah. I mean, because first in a situation like this, the first to market is the one that's going to benefit from it. It's a completely unlevel playing field. And I mean, the thing is, to me, one of the things is like what Mr. Unknown pointed out, and I had mentioned it. I, as a collector, I'm going to place the higher value on the actual artist, the copy I'm getting from the artist, than from somebody like Unknown Comics or Scorpion or one of the other ones that does a lot of variant business. Not because of anything against them, but just because as a fan, if it's a cover that I really like done by an artist and that artist is selling, I'm going to try to buy from that artist, especially if it's the only one available at a convention, which there's so I don't know, Weapon X, why don't you stay kind of on top of this and see if you can find out what are the backs of the ones that go to the artist, what's on those? Because to me, it's just, it's mind-boggling if they would go ahead and do that. And the idea of like variants, and ratio variants with limited print runs are already dicey territory. And that's why, we always tell people here, buy what you love so that you will never be disappointed about the value and what happens with the value. Because if you buy what you love, what you enjoy, like if you buy it because I want that cover in my collection for that particular book, it's not going to matter as much. Like, case in point, Will Jack just dropped a stunning Power Girl cover on his website. It is right now retailing for $150. I'm not spending that much money on it, because I'm not that big a Power Girl fan. But it's a stunning cover. I'd love to have it in the collection. Mrs. Collects wouldn't, but I would love to have it in the collection because it's just a stunning cover. But the reality is that when you put down that money for that exclusive, you buy it not for hoped for appreciation or investment or anything like that, but buy it because you like the cover and because you like the thing. But yeah, business practices like this, it's not really good. So Weapon X, you stay on top of that. Congratulations to Geek Out with Roscoe for winning tonight. Big thanks to Adam from Nerd Mazing for being here with us tonight. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and bump Star Wars news to next time. I want to make sure and share something with y'all that is going on that I'm going to be participating in coming up here. This will be on Tuesday. Let me see what date it is. I'm going to go ahead and show it. I'm going to be taking part in the Knockout Show, which is a pitting comic characters up against other comic characters. And it's going to be kind of like a fun debate. I'm going to be going up against, I've found out what my opponent is. I'm going to give him a shout out. Let's see. What is his name? Let's see. Okay, Dr. Doom's Fan Club, at Dr. Doom's Fan Club on Instagram. He and I are going to be going back and forth about this matchup. This is episode number 7, Green Goblin versus Black Adam. I'm going to be talking on behalf of Black Adam, and Dr. Doom's Fan Club is going to be arguing for Green Goblin. So this should be a lot of fun. This is something new and different. I've never done this before, but when he approached me about it and said, "Hey, would you be one of the guests on the Knockout Show?" It's apparently it's his 4th season. He said, "Hey, would you be on it?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "This sounds like a lot of fun." But part of what you got to do to help, and this is all for fun. I'm not getting paid for this or anything. It's just we're going to just do that. Check this. So what we're going to do is a vote. There is a vote for I'm about to drop it. It's from strawpoll.com. So you make sure and vote. Go here and vote in leading up to the matchup. You vote on which one you think would win. And then whoever wins it is announced the winner, and they move on to the next round. And I don't know if that means I come back for it or if somebody else takes it on. But yeah, I'm going to be doing that. That is coming up. Let me find it here on, and I'll have a better graphic with the date and everything on it. And you'll see me on Instagram talking about it. Okay, yeah. So May 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Mr. Comics 89 is his YouTube channel. I'll drop that, and it's Mr. Comics 89. He's going to be doing the Knockout. It's season 4, episode number 7, Black Adam versus Green Goblin. I got to choose Black Adam, so I went ahead and did that because I was excited about the movie at the time, and now I'm still excited because he's a pretty good character. I don't know. I think Black Adam could totally destroy Green Goblin, but that's just me. Does he know he needs Swedish translation on the bottom of the screen? No, I did not know that. LOTLB did a show like this long ago. It didn't last because folks were busting on each other so hard. So funny, folks got scared to go on the show. All right, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to it. But hey, but y'all make sure and y'all go vote for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then on May the 9th, y'all tune in. I tried to get Paul on there, but the person putting it together could never get past Paul's agent to get to Paul, so he just gave up trying to get him on that episode. What's up? What's up, Harm's Way Chad? What's up, 4 Pete Saki? If you're just getting here, make sure and hit the link that is here in the chat. Vote for Black Adam versus Green Goblin. I'll be representing I'll be talking on behalf of Black Adam on this episode. And then you can go to Mr. Comics 89. If somebody on the panel can find a link to his YouTube and drop it in the chat here, that would be a huge help. But hey, yeah, I've got that coming up. And then I was told to remind everybody about the merch. You can buy it under the store tab here on the channel. Yeah, make sure and check it out here. We've got some limited edition t-shirts. These are not the final shirts these are not all the shirts that are going to be there. There are going to be additional designs and stuff. And these will be different than the t-shirts that are offered to our channel members. Those who choose to subscribe and become channel members, yes, you will end up with a t-shirt. Yes, you will end up with comic books, both of those at certain tiers. But I'm excited and appreciative that any of you would even consider supporting it, but more on that next month. I'm going to go ahead and send it around to we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to send it around to each of the panelists so they can give final thoughts. I think we hit everything. Thank you, Teresa Newell, for dropping that in there. Y'all make sure and check out Mr. Comics 89 on both, on YouTube, but then I guess Weapon X, we're showing his, y'all follow Weapon X on Instagram also. So thank y'all for being here. Let me send it around to the panel and let them say hello or goodbye one last time. I'm going to go ahead and start us off with Mr. Weapon X.
Hey, thanks for having me. It was a great night tonight. Enjoyed the special guest we had with Adam and Jen. It was good to hear some other commentary on different topics as well. Mm-hmm. And Geek Out with Roscoe, got your winnings right here. I'm going to go ahead and put your little name on here for it, and just keep the camera on me for a second here. And then I'm gonna put your name, and then you're gonna get this beautiful one. I'm going to put a sticker on it for you right there, Weapon X. That way you know it's from me. When you get in the mail, you're good to
right
go.
On the book too. God,
I know it's not even on the.
Right on the book. Are you kidding me?
You're good to go, man. You're good to go. Look at that. Look
Wow.
at that. You're good to go now.
Man,
Oh my.
you're out.
Damn.
That's blasphemy.
That was the most baller
Hit him
move
up
of
on
all
Instagram.
time right there.
That's
He must have
advertising going on.
60. He must have
That was
60.
perfect.
He wants to make sure that sticker don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
All right, moving on right away.
Right on the book.
Collector. Mr. Collector, you're up. What do you got to say?
I don't even know what I just saw right now. I'll be playing for a weapon as well.
Damn, he's gonna do it on the Miles book. He's doing it on the Miles book.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Ow!
Up your game, dude. Up your game.
Easy. No, it was a great show. It was a lot of people we had on tonight, and everyone had great opinions, and glad to see a lot of different things that we usually don't have on here. So everyone make sure to smash that like button too. But yeah, it was a great show. That's it.
Awesome. All right, let's keep moving right along to Miss Teresa Newell.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. Greatly appreciate it. I know I didn't really speak too much on it. Again, Marvel's just not necessarily my forte, but I can tell you about pops and sodas and comics and stuff left and right, as long as it's DC, right? I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you for having me on. Greatly appreciate it. You guys can catch me on the Madhouse Friday night. So I will be selling some comics over there on Friday. So I'll be hanging out and I'll be on Strictly's on Sunday. I have to deal with that guy.
Hell
right
no.
You hear that?
Hell no.
You hear that? So come check us out. So can't wait.
Awesome.
I've kind of been putting away some books for just Strictly's auction on Sunday. So
Let's keep
Definitely
moving right along to Paul. Paul, comment. What you got?
Just amazed about the news I just heard of that happening. I will get that fixed. But yeah, I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Always supporting Carlos. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and like he said, he's gonna have different tiers available for people. I love the hashtag tonight. Marvelous Paul, that was a great choice. Great choice. But check me out tomorrow with a couple of the guys on the power auction, and then Sunday I will be hosting the longest running auction, the affordable auction. I don't know how Teresa managed to get on there, but I will fix that. Not happen. But no, thanks for being here tonight, Jen and Nerd Amazing. Always glad to have professional people on here. Finally, but thank y'all. See y'all next Wednesday again.
One more shout out here from Jen. Then we're gonna get to Mr. Adam from Nerd Amazing.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys, for having me on. Thank you, Carlos, for having me on, and thanks a lot, guys, for hanging out with me and allowing me to hang out with you and give my intake. And it was wonderful.
Ain't happening again.
Mr. Weapon X, always a pleasure. Miss Teresa and Nerd. I gotta say your channel correctly. We're on live Nerd Amazing channel, and check him out
don't
also.
Embarrass me, man.
And Mr. Collector, of course, and Weapon
We
X.
love you, Jen. We love you.
Just love you guys too. Thanks a lot for having me on, and hopefully I'll see you guys around in the Houston area, or at your favorite con or whatnot. So we'll do something. We'll hang out. So
awesome. All right, Adam.
Oh,
There
it's
he
great
is.
to be back. Let me tell you, I hated being away those few months, so it's always an honor to be here.
Thanks,
Carlos,
man. I
you do a
appreciate
great job. Paul, I love your enthusiasm, or whatever you want to call it. I missed the pink room.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call it. We're trying to figure out what to call them.
Yeah, but,
Okay, that's not what I was expecting, but all right.
no, it's always so much fun to be here. Showcasing the toys, joining the conversations, and if you guys, again, if you're in the greater Houston area, love to meet you all at Retropalooza. It'd be awesome to say hi and talk toys.
That line will be long. Y'all will be waiting for a while.
I've got the velvet rope ready. Come on. Thanks.
I went ahead and dropped his channel link again, you guys, and his Instagram. So go give him a follow.
Yeah, I got Instagram.
Look at Mike. Mike Bravo's upset now.
Love comics.
You got to meet Mike Bravo, Nerd Amazing.
You
You'll
do,
love
man.
him.
That dude.
You'll love him.
That dude will tell
All
you
right.
every release of every hot toy that comes out.
Oh, hot toys
Yeah,
are awesome.
Mike Bravo would
That's
absolutely
so
love
awesome.
to tell you about his Lord and Savior Hot Toys.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, thank y'all so much for being here tonight. And because he's such a big fan of it, when I do this, I'm going to go ahead and say a quick prayer for us before we wrap up for the night. I generally don't do this, but Mr. Collector got me going, so I said, "Man, let me go and pray for us."
Amen, brother.
God, we thank you so,
brother.
we thank you so much for just tonight and just us getting to hang out. And I pray blessings and good fortune on everybody that's watching and listening within the sound of my voice. And I just thank you for these friends in the community, and I thank you for just continuing to bless all these artists and writers and creators with all these great things that they're able to share with us. And let us continue to enjoy it for many, many years to come. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Hey, thank y'all for being here tonight. And thank y'all for just the continued support for the channel. Looking forward to dropping finally that Nintendo video on Friday at 10 p.m. Central. You can check it out then. Also, be on the lookout because we'll be dropping some coverage for the next convention coming up, which I think is Comic Palooza. It's going to be towards the end of May, and some of us will be there. We will be running a viral challenge at least one of the conventions this year. So if you enjoyed the Where's Paul challenge from last year, you can find those pictures on the Instagram. If you enjoyed that challenge, I can't wait for you to see this year's challenge. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Y'all make sure, again, thanks to those who subscribed during the course of this show. That helps as well. And like I said before, you can also, even if you aren't able to buy a piece of merch, or able to subscribe to the channel or drop super chats. You can do super chats now. You can drop super chats in here, like the little dollar amounts. If you want to leave those, you can do that as well. If you're not able to do any of that, one huge way that you can have that you can help support the channel is by letting the ads play when you watch some of the other videos on the channel. So again, thanks so much for being here. For myself and everyone else here at the channel, we are so excited to have been able to hang out with you tonight, and and we thank y'all for being here, and y'all have a great night, and make sure to support all the rest of the channels that we've mentioned here tonight, because there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and you'll get to see some graphics and stuff from some of the other ones. Right, I know. You're surrounded by them, Teresa. Surrounded by them. All right, y'all take care. Have a great night.
Doesn't even look right.
We will. we will see y'all next time. Y'all take care.
Good night, guys.
Dapper Dan. They're actually wearing the same shirt.
Oh my god. I can't.
Dapper Dan. Wearing the same shirt.